Now, when you want to work on BW, what do? You have SAP GUI. By installing SAP GUI, you'll get connected to BW and start working on. Same way, if you want to work on HANA, you install HANA Studio, which is a front-end client, and then you work in. HANA Studio వేరే HANA server వేరే కదా. HANA server. HANA లో work చేయాలంటే నువ్వు get it command prompt and working. So they've given one client-based tool, which is what HANA Studio, and then you log in and you start working on it. అది కన్ఫ్యూజ్ గా అవుతుంది. HANA Studio మోడలింగ్ చేస్తుంటే HANA లో చేసినట్లే అన్నట్టు. Okay.
Sir, one more question regarding non-SAP. Sir, I have one question regarding when you say non-SAP platform.
Yeah.
Does that mean mainframe also come into the picture?
Anything. For example, there is a customer who's got applications running on mainframe with DB2 or DB6 as a backend database. Then there's no point in for me to implement warehouse with BW with HANA or BW because I'm not leveraging standard business content. I'll end up creating all those infobics, recreate all those infobics and build my products and then do reporting. Instead of doing that, if I set install HANA, which let's say data is huge, I can just replicate the data from DB2 tables into my HANA tables and formulate a schema. On top of those tables, I'll create my virtual models and then do reporting on top of it. So in this case, this would be more easier for me, right?
Yeah, and in mainframe application, it is not only that we concept. Will that?
What is it?
Flat file.
Yeah. HANA can extract data from once I give the combination of BODS and HANA for you, you can extract anything from any system almost because BODS gives you flexibility of extract data from almost anything for you, whether it is flat file, file, .csv, any database, anything was XML, anything it can. Yeah?
So in that case, SLT will not come into the
because
come in line.
SLT also can come in. See, there are two ways. When you want to do a data you were discussing on how do I bring data into HANA. You can extract data from SAP or non-SAP data into HANA by using any of these data processing techniques. Like I can use BODS as ETL tool. I can use SLT. I can use DXC mechanism. I can use smart data access. I can use smart data quality and integration also. If I use BODS, I can extract data from table, file, anything it can do. Okay. SAP or non-SAP. If I use SLT also, even by using SLT, I can extract data from SAP databases or non-SAP database also in real time or batch mode, but only from tables only. I can also use SLT in this case. Hello? When I want to extract data from DB2, I can extract through SLT, I can extract through BODS also. There's no difference here. But when the source is an SAP, if I'm using SLT, I can only replicate tables or views. But if I want to extract data from data sources, BODS should be the case, or DX, another mechanism of direct extraction should be the case. Because SLT cannot be leveraged to extract data from data sources. Only a table, it can replicate a table or a view. In the latest support pack of SP5, you can extract from view, not database view. No flexibility of data source here. That's what. But if you're extracting from a non-SAP, if it is DB2, it's always a table. Either you extract from BODS or SLT should not make a difference for you. The only thing is, SLT gives you flexibility of bringing data in real time for you into HANA. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got it, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. My name is Sir. In what scenario we'll go for HANA Studio? So let's say we have SAP BW 7.3 system and we have HANA database. So in that case, we are going to use HANA Studio?
Yeah. See, its question is, let's say it's got BW running on HANA. Okay. In that case, in those kind of BW projects, will I still use HANA Studio? That is your question, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, yeah. It depends on the project. So, for example, if I'm working on a project with BW on HANA, if I really want to leverage the functionality of both BW and HANA, like say, for example, I would like to leverage HANA-based composite providers. If I need to create HANA-based composite providers, I need to get into BW modeling tools of HANA Studio. Then I need HANA Studio. If I need to create advanced DSO, I need HANA Studio in this. If I need to create open ODSV with more functional of drag and drop, I need HANA Studio in that case. Yeah. Getting what I'm saying? But even though having HANA, if you just want to use normal BW function like ODS, in that case you may not need Studio. Getting what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just
Okay.
let me just use this. And then we can also use HANA for developing what? Custom applications. I said HANA is a platform. It has got its own access engine, application server, where you can develop your own custom applications and deploy on top of access engines. Right? So if you're developing applications with SAP UI5 and then OData services, JavaScripting and XML and SQL scripting at the backend, that is native framework. If you're developing application with ABAP or .NET or Java something, C++, then that becomes non-native applications. Okay, boss? Now, now the logic is you know about using HANA in all these cases. So when you look at job opportunities, so I can have a job where the requirement is they want me to work HANA as a data mart, or leveraging HANA as a database for BW or ECC, or they want me to work as an for implementing Accelerator, or they want me to work on a cloud or mixed approach or native development. These are the different cases. You can have job descriptions which might be asking for either of this. Okay. Now my point of analysis. Okay. You would have this native development will require a lot of coding with more of HTML, JavaScripting, all this. Even though it requires a lot of coding, that will be rare. I'm not saying it is rare because it is tough, okay, or it's because it needs coding. Why I'm saying it is rare? When will I go for that? When I want to develop my own applications, right? But name the requirement. There are hundreds of applications available in the market. So I've got two options. Either I take that application and use it. Either I go about building my own custom application. Simple question. You know, in HANA, I can do native, I can develop my own applications. Given that opportunity, will you develop an application like ECC again? Will you develop application like BW again? You might develop some small application which is an extension towards that ECC. For example, there is a case like this. See, you have ECC. In the business, let's say you have a requirement, you raise a purchase requisition, then you raise a purchase order. And this order is sent to, let's say, a lot of suppliers. Now, suppliers has to do quotes. There's no interface, right? They have their own system. They send their quotation separately. Then you type manually, the purchasing team will type in the quotations manually into the system, then it is evaluated. Suppose I don't like the person X, okay, he actually quoted me only 10,000, but I type in as 1 lakh, then what happens? He loses that order. Yes or no? I don't want that to happen. What I can do, I can develop my own custom application with HANA, where once the purchase order is raised, it sends a link to the vendor, and vendor can just click on that link and opens up a browser-based application which is built with SAP UI5, and they can specify the code there, they submit, that goes and sits into backend HANA database. Can I automate the process of the bidding and all those stuff? I don't have this functionality of bidding and all those within the ECC because that is a different vendor should log in. For a different vendor, I don't give him access for SAP ECC, right? So I want to build a web portal-like application where vendor can log in and he can give his code. So for this small extension kind of stuff, might go with developing my own custom application. So I've got ECC running on HANA. So I wanted to extend certain functionality, so I can develop my own application. But I may not develop full-fledged application altogether, right? So that's where it will be rare. And most of your SAP customers, they've got BW licensing available. They still would like to have, because it's already been implemented from long, and so why are they moving from, when they're happy with BW, they're happy. If they're not happy, they have got facing a lot of performance issues, they would like to migrate HANA, and they have got two options. They either take this BW out completely and then set up a new HANA, which will take almost 4 to 5 years for them to have the ROI. Other option is lift and shift the database to HANA. And then you leverage both BW modeling and HANA modeling together, will have mixed approach. Now tell me which is a major of the case. Getting this? So what I feel is majority of the time you would have job requirement majorly on implementing native HANA, like HANA modeling and HANA provisioning, like implementing HANA as a data warehousing solution. Okay. Or let's say already have existing BW running and then you want to lift and shift the database, you might have to do a database migration from non-HANA database to HANA database. Okay. or you might have to, let's say it's already migrated and you would like to work on BW with mixed approach. You would like to leverage BW modeling and HANA modeling and mix up both and get more performance out of it. And that is a use cases you will have majorly. You might have a native development, but would be very rare. SAP would have challenges. You can develop your own applications and give it to me, I'll buy and to open up. You can think about developing your own custom applications and then you can sell it into the market. That is like own product development that gets into that sector. The majority of the case, you would have this implementing HANA as a database or data mart or accelerator or using mixed approaches. That's where your focus should be on. So majority of the job description would be on that requirement. Yeah. And then just 5 minutes. Course content I don't know. So this will be our course content, what we'll be touching, like HANA introduction and then why it's fast, it's okay. Then we'll getting into different use case of what we discussed just now. Use case of HANA, then introduction to HANA Studio, and then we'll get into database as it is. First, HANA is a database, right? We should learn that as a database. So I'll learn about schema, tables, views, triggers, sequences, column views, all this. And then we'll get into basic SQL. Then we'll get into detailed about stored procedures. We'll get in detail about learning about SQL scripting. I'll get into very detail. And then we'll get into HANA modeling, learning about all those attribute views, analytical views, and calculation views. You get into all those, every checkbox I'll touch in almost, okay. Then we'll get into analytical privileges. It's more of a similar to your analysis operations in BW, like role-based, like you want to control data level security. And similar way, if you want to implement that in HANA, we'll have something called analytical privileges. Then we get into decision tables, more of what-if analysis and simulation purposes. Then we'll see performance tuning of, let's say, build your HANA models. How do we improve the performance of those models still? Text analysis, we're not going to touch in. I'm going to give you some videos. You can just refer to. I don't want to waste a lot of time. Text analysis is processing of unstructured data. Okay. And then I get into BO reporting. I'm not touching all the reporting tools. I'll just show you how do we consume HANA models in all the reporting flavors. Okay. Design Studio or IDT or whatever it is, or WebB. And then we get into data provisioning techniques with BODS, SLT, DXC, file imports, and flat files, smart data access, smart data quality integration. BODS, it's not full-fledged. I'm just going to show you how BODS can be leveraged. Okay. We're not going to touch in every point in BODS. Okay. And then we'll get into importing, when it's importing, exporting, how do we transport HANA database from one system to another system? Then HANA native development. For this, I've developed one video of 4 hours already for all the applications, because there's no point in learning coding in the class, because you'll not be really using it. So I developed one video for 4 hours just explicitly on HANA native development. I made it very, very easy. Normal language, we made it very easy. 4 hours video. You can just refer to that always. Yeah. And then we'll get into BW 4.0 with all the options of BW. I'm not teaching BW again. I'll be touching only the new options what we have in BW with HANA coming as a backend. Okay, only the add-on. Yeah. And with all the ABAP managed database procedures with ABAP, HANA transformations, advanced DSO, OpenODSU, all this. Then we'll get out to ECC part of if you have a customer only with ECC on HANA, what kind of implementations can we do? And that will be on ECC, what we're trying to touch on. And
sir, can we?
Yeah.
Sir, one question.
Yeah.
Can we do reporting with BEX HANA modeling on a data warehouse?
Can we do reporting on?
No. BEX. No longer use BEX on the.
Yeah. Say for example, I've got BW on HANA. Okay. So I've got BW sitting on top of HANA database. Let's say you created your HANA model like attribute, like say analytical view or calculation view. With 7.4 SP11, we can straight away create BEX report on that HANA model directly. With SP11 7.4, we can create a BEX query directly on HANA model. Or other options is like I can create a composite provider on top of this HANA model and then create a BEX report on composite provider. That is other option. And one more option is whenever you deploy your HANA models, it does create a column view in SysBig schema. This on top of this column view, I can create an OpenODS view and do reporting on OpenODS view. That is one more option. I can use virtual cube based on HANA model. That is one more option. I can use ODP source system based on HANA views connecting to a remote queue and then do report. There are a lot of options of doing reporting on HANA models. You can create big scores. No problem. We'll see.
So in that case,
yeah.
One more question. In that case, query designer it is not required. Correct.
Without query design, you cannot leave this. Okay. Now some people say Bex query design is gone. No. Bex query design will be the most critical one. Even after having HANA.
So after only the.
No.
Okay,
there is option.
So it is a totally.
You can also.
It is totally related to.
Exactly. See, there are two options. You can either create Bex query using Bix connection. You can consume that Bix query in WebP. That is one option. Or either directly HANA model can be. You can create a IDT universe on top of HANA model and then consume it for reporting. Either ways you can do. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I have so it is totally related to BW related HANA, right, sir?
One by one. That was related to BW HANA. Yeah. Next question. Yeah.
General question. I'm from CRM.
Yeah.
Will this course will be helpful for me to learn?
Why do you want to learn HANA then? No, any specific reason you want to learn HANA?
The new technology. That's why I'm just going through it, and I came across this one. Is it useful for the CRM side, like anything?
You're passionate about technology, then you can learn. Okay, but as it is, you may not really fetch much from this, because if you say CRM, even if a CRM application sits on HANA, you will not be, as a CRM consultant, you will be working on the application. You will not be really getting into the backend database. They'll really not fetch.
Yeah.
But out of passion, you want to just know what this HANA is, like what you've been hearing, then you can learn. Okay. Only passion.
And moreover, everything BW. Moreover, everything I'm seeing in the course content is BW and DO. That's why I was this thing.
Yeah, because HANA is a database which will be used for implementing data warehousing majorly. So in that case, it gets integrated more with BO and BW. Yeah. And if I want to use that with CRM, I'll just use that as a database for CRM. You'll have CRM application running on HANA. So even that is running on HANA, you'll have all the CRM tables or data dictionary will sit into HANA schema. And on top of that, SAP has given some ready-made HANA live, ready-made models, and which can be used, and we can do reporting on that HANA directly of CRM. Yeah.
If you don't have the knowledge also, I can learn this course, right?
Yeah, the function
the BW
will not fetch much. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir,
yeah.
Sir, I have one question. So contents till 19.9. So it's again, I think, similar to HANA modeling, as we know, BW concept, similar to like that, right?
Yeah.
So we are going to discuss. As a BW consultant from 20 onwards, we no need to, just I think powering HANA. So
no. If you're BW consultant, you have to learn this more.
Okay.
But if you have to learn this more, you should know. You see, BW. Now with the concept till 19, you will learn HANA. Then with this concept, you got to mix up both the BW and HANA together. That's how it is. And the question is, if you don't know BW, you can still learn HANA. Yes, you can still learn HANA, because except this topic, it's all common.
Okay, sir. Until 1993, it's again, I think, a data warehouse concept like BW, right? Till 1993, it's again HANA modeling.
Data warehouse, modeling, and then you'll have application development, then you'll have data provisioning. Yeah, concept is same, but it's all different mechanisms.
Okay.
Yeah. And then people can still go for HANA, but only thing is, if the job description says I want a BW with HANA, you will not be eligible for it. But if they just say I want a HANA native developer or a HANA native modeler, then you're okay. Okay, because only for the use case where it says BW or HANA, you're not there, boss. Even in that case, what they do as a HANA consultant, they take you and you'll have BW consultant, both have to work closely, and then that's how it works out. Okay, so you can still go for HANA, BW, but only thing is you will not be able to justify the role of BW with HANA combination, otherwise it's all fine. Yeah. Podam part 2 hours ayindi.
Sir, are you going to share the course content to us?
Course content, I'll send the course content, no problem. And see, you'll have
because it will be helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. See, one thing I just want to remember, I'll send you course content. Every day the class is recorded. You'll get the video of the class. Okay. Okay. And one more point I want to stress is, I may not be available in classroom for long. Means I, due to requirement of the projects, I might be going to on site. So if I'm not there available, it will be online only. I cannot guarantee 100%. The entire course will go on in the classroom. If I'm moving on to some other place, you have to attend online. That's the only option.
Sir, this is Rajesh. I have two questions. One, are you covering on anything on BPC, HANA on BPC? And second question is like, are we going to get any remote server access?
Good, very good question. See, if the question is on BPC HANA, there is no difference. Okay, actually, BW sits on HANA, and BPC sits on BW. So for BPC, BW will be the backend, and there will be something on planning kit. There will be some node what the basis will install, and when they set up the planning kit, all the planning functions are executed deep in HANA database. That's it. For you, it is all same in the front end. Okay. The planning applications will get executed deep in HANA database. And it's like pushing down the logic of planning applications deep into HANA database when you install planning it, and it improves the performance of planning. But for you, it's all same. It's all same real-time queue. With BW, it's all the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I was more stressing on the PAK, as you said, like planning application kit, the planning enabled query concept.
You don't do anything. There's no difference. They only set up a planning kit, and then it obviously starts pushing that planning applications deep into HANA database and improves your planning functionality. That's it. But for you, when you're configuring the planning functions, it is one and the same. You will not find any difference. And what was your next question? Server access. Server access. We are not providing any server access, but there's a person called Vasu. And he will be the person to provide server access. I'll give his number. So.
Yeah.
I'm typing. 9700816313. His name is Vasu, and he'll be the person to provide you the server access. I think he'll charge you 1300 or something. 1300, yeah. 9700816313.
Sir, I have a question here.
Yeah.
So actually, how much BW is required to learn the HANA? I mean, like, another question is that is BW mandatory for the HANA?
First, my answer to that, BW is not mandatory to learn HANA. If you're learning HANA without BW, it means you will not be able to touch this topic 20. Will be of no use for you. And till 19, it will be of use. And there are still jobs available only for this 19 topics only, except 20 also. Because if I look at the use case of HANA native development or HANA's data mart, okay, or accelerator, that does not need a BW knowledge in that case.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. One more question.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to provide any migration from say?
Yeah. There is a topic here, right? I get in very detailed into migration. I run lots of detailed information on how to we migrate, why we have to migrate, then what are the different steps to migrations. Then I run this complete, how do we do sizing, and I get a what are the nodes they apply, and then what are the kind of post-migration activities, or what is it we convert, what are the optimizations you have to carry out in BW after migrations. I do all this. That's what
then it is going to be covered. Perfect.
Full cover. Okay. Next.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
The PowerPoint presentation also you are going to share?
Yeah. I'll send every PowerPoint presentation. Yes. Okay.
Modeling and administration. There are two concepts. What is the main difference?
So here I get a question saying. So when I choose HANA, I have two options. I can either get into HANA modeling as a modeler, or or I can get it HANA administration. Right? See, both are good, okay, but only thing is say if you're a DBA, if you're already a DBA, database administrator, with more of knowledge on Linux, because HANA sits on SUSE Linux. Okay? If you're really good at Linux admin, OS level, and then you are good at DBA, any database knowledge like SQL Server, Oracle, database administrator, with these two things, you have to get into SAP HANA administration. That is a way. Topping. If you're already at database administration, you have knowledge onto this, and you got admin, you are more into admin of Linux, which will be similar to SUSE Linux, then you can get into this part of it, HANA administration, installations, configurations, migrations, those kind of stuff. And if you're more of a developer or modeler or programmer, you get into this as HANA modeler and work on just native HANA or work on native HANA or BW on HANA. This will be fine. So developers will choose this path, and more of an administrative basis guys who are into database administration, they choose this path. దీంట్లో లెక్క ఎక్కువ వస్తుందని చెప్పి మనం దానికి పోకూడదు. మన ఫీల్డ్ మందే, వాళ్ళ ఫీల్డ్ వాళ్ళు. అట్లా ఓకే. ఎందుకంటే
okay sir, just to reiterate
one point please. Because see, there are a lot of people who say I know HANA, I know BW, I know ABAP. అది కాదు కావాల్సింది. I am master of HANA and I have got knowledge on others. That is what expected. They want expertise. నాకు అన్నీ వచ్చి ఎవరు తీసుకోవడం, నాకు ఒకటే వచ్చు బాగొచ్చు, వేరే ఎవరు నాకు తెలుసు అనేటోడు కావాలి. ఎవ్రీ వన్ వాంట్స్ అన్ ఎక్స్పర్టైజ్, అంటే మొత్తం A to Z వీడియో చేసుకుంటాడు అనేటోడు కావాలి. కస్టమర్ దగ్గరికి పోయి కస్టమర్ మోడల్ చెప్పి ప్రోడక్ట్ తెచ్చుకుని డిజైన్ చేసి రిక్వైర్మెంట్ గ్యాదరింగ్ చేసి డెవలప్ చేసి మొత్తం చేసి టెస్టింగ్ చేసి లైవ్ చేసి వచ్చాను అనేటోడు కావాలి. నీకు లెక్క ఎంత కావాలో అనిపిస్తారు, నీకు ఎంత కావాలి చెప్పండి. ఇఫ్ యూ క్యాన్ డూ దిస్, దే రెడీ టు పే యూ ఎనీ సాలరీ. నువ్వు డిమాండ్ చేయొచ్చు అంతే. దీంట్లో సాలరీ ఎక్కువ, ఏ దాంట్లోనే సాలరీ ఎక్కువ ఉంది, నీ కెపాసిటీని బట్టండి. Yeah, now tell me, what is it?
Just wanted to reiterate, as I am working as a developer, I mean as an adapter. So will this role be suitable for me if I move on with this HANA?
Yeah. You have to get into this line, into HANA modeler or native. This course would be much suitable for you to get into this line as HANA modeler native.
Okay sir, would you please differentiate again what will be the role of HANA modeler?
HANA modeler is about, this is what I'm saying. Say you go to implement HANA as a data warehousing solution. Let's say data is in your SAP systems or non-SAP. You understand the source database, and we would use all the data processing techniques like BODS or SLT or DX, different data extraction mechanisms, and extract all the data, get into physical storage of HANA tables, and build your database. On top of this HANA database, you will build your virtualization models using attribute view, HANA view. It's all about drag and drop, and you build your graphical modeling. And then on top of this, you do reporting and present it for the business user. This is what it will be, HANA modeler or native HANA.
Okay sir, in this case, I'll be open for the job of HANA modeler, native HANA, and BW on HANA as well. Then I don't have knowledge on BW that much.
You'll be open only for
these two, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
And person with BW will be open for all the three. That's how.
Sir, one more thing.
రెండు కాంబినేషన్ ఉంది, మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ ఉంది, SAP with BW బ్యాక్ ఎండ్. Generally it will be BW because they want planning people. Now, what is the question?
Yeah, one more question is that, like, I'm a BW consultant, so
people who are at online, you're sitting at home relaxedly. Now here, a lot of people who are sitting, they want to move out. Can we finish it another 10 minutes? Yeah? No. Any other question? No, finish it now. Yeah.
Okay.
Question next.
Yeah. For covering 20th topic, how many years experience we need BW consultant?
Covering
20th topic.
In years experience also, if you know Cube, ODS, DTP, transformation, BEX reporting, or if you have knowledge, that is enough. Yeah. Okay, na?
Okay.
Okay, it's not about having 10 years or 15 years, okay? It's about do you carry that information? No, seriously. There is a person with 4 years is getting drawing 22 lakhs. Okay, 4 years 22 lakhs. There is a person 11 years drawing 7 lakhs. Difference in this company difference in the monthly difference in the monthly difference. 4 years guy drawing 22 lakhs. So it's all depends.
Sir, over here, when we are you going to cover the entire HANA modular concepts, like whatever the designing, like, engines, that, this and all?
Entire, yes.
Yeah, and one more thing, that per day, how many hours that we are having the class, and what about the weekends classes that we are?
Very good. Every day it will be 1.5 hour. Generally it will be 7 days, but from this time I want to relax on Sunday. So let's have class only for 6 days a week. Sunday will relax, and this course will go on for 2 months. Every day it will be morning 7 to 8:30, 6 days a week. Sunday you will not have class. On Saturday we will just spend more, 7 to 10 or something.
Saturday to 7 to 8:30, correct?
No, Saturday 7 to 10.
Hello?
Okay,
Saturday 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours.
Okay,
and it will be 2 months.
So will there be any weekend classes only, sir?
Weekend you'll have class on Saturday. Only weekend. No. Only one batch will be normal.
Okay.
Oh, class is going to start by tomorrow? Correct?
From tomorrow you will be having normal class. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Like normal class in the sense?
Until day
Hello?
one, day one. Marrying.
I have a doubt.
Yes, all like doubt like right. So we'll meet tomorrow again.
Oh.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Just last question, please. Sir, Monday to Saturday it will be from 7. Monday to Friday it will be from 7 to 8:30, and Saturday it will be from 7 to 10, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Sunday will be off.
Sunday will be off. Yeah.
Okay.